This is the Little Moments Count radio podcast, created in partnership with community radio stations throughout Minnesota. Each episode, you'll hear interviews with early childhood experts on how to support the important brain development that takes place in the first 1,000 days of life, just through little moments every day. Learn more at littlemomentscount.org/podcast.
FM 89.9 KMOJ. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Walter Cuber Banks Jr. got you on the afternoon drive. No question about it. And every other Tuesday, we lock in with Little Moments Count. Now, let me give you an insight about Little Moments Count. It's an episode that's put together in partnership with Little Moments Count. Little Moments Count is a statewide collaborative focusing on helping parents and caregivers learn about the importance of brain development in the first 3 years of one's life. Nearly 80% of brain growth happens at the first 1,000 days of a small moments in interaction when it comes to talking, playing, reading, singing, the list goes on. And I'm letting you know right now, I got it locked in and locked down. We got none other than Dr. Artika Tyner. And talking about Little Moments Counts, I like to say good early afternoon to you, and how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Honored to be here with you today.
No doubt. For the listening audience, can you give the listening audience a little bit about yourself? Because I can run through it about being a CEO and part of the awards winners and educators. The list goes on. But for someone that's listening right now, can you give them just a little bit about yourself and what you would like them to know?
I'd like them to know that I'm a lifelong educator. I'm dedicated to ensuring that our children have access to a world-class education. So we take it step by step by step. But we first start with the foundation related to reading and literacy. So definitely a reading ambassador who's committed to seeing all children discover joy in reading.
So now for the listening audience, we know that summer is what is considered just around the corner. Some people think it started already, but with the way the weather's been changing, you never know. But in the process of that within itself, there's this thing during the summer when it comes to learning and not learning, when it comes to those losses. Can you speak to a little bit about the summer learning loss and some of the things that take place for those caregivers and those people that are responsible for the younger ones?
Of course. I want us to, instead of thinking only about the losses that happen, summer learning loss, I want us to look at the opportunities. Yes, we know the information and the data that the average loss over the summer is 25 to 30% of school year learning. Once again, that's 25 to 30% of school year learning. But we can flip that coin to the other side. Let's make it an opportunity for summer learning gains. That means that we're being proactive. That is not just a time to say it's summer, school's out, we're not thinking about learning and academics. This is truly a time to make learning fun, engaging, and let's get some of those gains. If you notice your child was struggling with reading, let's connect them to some of the resources in the community, like freedom schools, the library programs. Let's take some of the challenges and turn them into opportunities. And we have a full summer to do that, one moment at a time and one day at a time.
Now, can you give the listening audience a little bit of insight? Because, when it comes to you and the things that you do in a lot of the places and spaces you've been at as well, and it's not just here in the Twin Cities, but it's definitely out of the country. Can you lock in and let us know a little bit about NEA and talking about Big Read for this year? Because it's a program that exists and something that you're a part of with your organization. Can you give us a part about what it's all about?
Yes, NEA Big Read is about supporting that summer learning. That learning can be something fun, interactive, and for the entire family, not just for our little ones, not just for the children. All of us have the opportunity to learn each day. All of us have the opportunity to make sure that we're growing in our intellect, growing those brains, stretching those muscles from young to old. This is our opportunity to really tap in. And this is a great honor. Our nonprofit, Planting People, Growing Justice, received federal support to host the NEA Big Read program. And what does that really mean for us? That's the National Endowment of the Arts investing here in the Twin Cities Metro and throughout the state for our work to make sure that we're promoting reading and learning. So our book that we selected is Their Eyes Are Watching God. And guess what? You don't have to run to the bookstore. You can pick up a free copy at our local restaurant and bakery, Latunji's Palette. Once again, at Latunji's Palette, you can pick up your book for yourself, but also you can pick up free books for your little ones. And while you're at it, make sure you get some of that peach cobbler. But what am I focusing on? I'm talking about learning time, that we set aside time throughout the day, especially during the summer, where we as a family read together, learn together, explore together, and let's get those summer learning games, and especially around math, science, and reading.
Now, why is it so important to start with a youngster's life at a very young age? Because they talk about the first, 1,000 days of the small person's interaction and movement and those type things. Why is it so important to elevate at such a young age?
At such a young age, Q-Bear, that's when the brain is growing. It's like a sponge. It's absorbing everything. So imagine, instead of just saying, okay, we just leave the children just to play. Imagine if we took playing to the next level. Let's play with letters. What sound does that letter make? A for apple. Engaging. If we're talking about just even in the kitchen, if we're cooking food, what are those opportunities to look at? What are the colors of the food? Sweet potatoes, they're orange, broccoli's green. My point is that learning can happen everywhere, but we each have to make the investment in that time of learning and engagement, because we don't want to miss those opportunities to set our young ones up for not only academic success, but life success.
And right now, as we speak, I know that you do a lot of different things in a lot of different spaces and places when it comes to education for the youngsters and the youth. Is there any events or anything coming up around the corner or anything that you're working on that you would like for us to know about? And then even beyond that, if they like more information, is there a phone number or a website or something they can get in contact with you on?
Of course. First of all, follow us on social media. Our organization's name is Planting People Growing Justice. You can also visit our website, PPGJLI, so Planting People Growing Justice. You can see our full event calendar and lock it in your calendar right away. Every first Saturday, in partnership with the JK Movement at Jimmy Lee Rec Center, we have a family learning festival. Free lunch, free books, meet a guest author, learning activities. If you're not sure how to apply all these tips that I'm giving, come see me. We can work together, because the win is when a child is learning, the whole community wins. They can reach their dreams, they can reach their full potential, but we need to make sure every child has a solid foundation around reading, because that is the foundation of learning. So let's make sure we work together for each child's success. And myself, my team, we're committed. Come see us. Be a part of the event.
No doubt, no doubt. I want to say thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Artika Tyner, thank you again. And if by chance there's anything else you'd like to say to the listening audience, you got this opportunity as we speak right now.
Yes, start planning for that summer right now.
No,
I want you to think about it. That thing that we used to have when we were younger, Book It, is back, so we can incentivize the young people to read through Book It and get free pizzas throughout the summer. Barnes & Noble has a book giveaway program. After you read a certain number of books, you also can get free books. In addition, the local libraries have a book giveaway as well. But don't forget the activities. Go out, visit the Science Museum of Minnesota, visit Como Zoo, walk around. If we have 10,000 lakes, put fitness and learning together, and also tap into the arts. We have Minneapolis Institute of the Arts. We have the Walker. And don't let cost be a barrier, because if you look up each of these institutions, they have days where you can come in as a family free of charge and enjoy all these learning activities for fun, growth, and laying a solid foundation for the future of your children. Let's win this summer.
No doubt, no doubt. I want to say thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Artika Tyner. 89.9 KMOJ, ladies and gentlemen, keeping you in the know. If you'd like to know more information when it comes to Little Moments Count, you can go to littlemomentscount.org/podcast, or you can just visit the website at littlemomentscount.org. It's FM 89.9 KMOJ, no question about it. It's the People's Station.
Thanks for listening to the Little Moments Count radio podcast in partnership with community radio stations throughout Minnesota. You can find the Little Moments Count radio podcast wherever you get your podcasts and at littlemomentscount.org/podcast.